Welcome to a discussion about how I got ready for using Zoom in the accounting classroom. It is called many things, including a virtual classroom. Preparing for teaching live from my office has been more than 2 years in the making. For me, it began when visiting the Art Bradham CPA office in Sumter. A Central Carolina Technical College accounting graduate, Ann Goodson, works there. I told her I was looking for a more efficient way to deliver a course. She showed me how she uses very similar technology when working with clients. Last year, I began using Zoom for virtual office hours. The student response was excellent. Your approach to how you set up and deliver will be different for each professor. I suggest you make it as user-friendly as possible for you and your students. Consider that everything moves. For all the digital, of course everything moves. But the equipment moves also. Cameras rotate, monitors swivel, the whiteboard gets moved and written on and erased, and of course your keyboard and mouse move. You may think of other equipment you want. I got a group of folks in my office last year to brainstorm the best way for me to write like a whiteboard. It now involves a whiteboard on the desk, markers and eraser, and a desktop document camera. I use a Windows 10 machine with dual monitors. I expect to have 6 to 8 windows open during class. You may need to practice with this ahead of time. Most anything Windows-based has 2 or 3 methods to run any process. You will want to use many USB ports. How many USB ports you have is a real issue. Each monitor has 2. The desktop computer has several. I still added a 4-port powered hub. The IT folks told me to only use a powered hub. The computer power supply has enough work to do without trying to push power to your devices also. The whole issue here is to give you plenty of computer speed and connectivity. You have to hear and talk to the class. I have a speaker bar under my primary monitor, but I switch to a single-side headset with boom mic when the class starts. This setup turns off the speakers. This actually stops the extra noise from my class echoing down the hall. Your webcam should be easy to use. I have a Logitech with USB connector. I use a tripod. This is not a tall tripod. It is a desk style that only adjusts from 12 to 24 inches total. The tripod base is compact enough to not crowd up the desk. Zoom is really just a download that becomes a favorite on your web browser. Set up a school account for the official work. Students must load Zoom for their first use. I have students log in with iPad, desktop, notebooks, and smartphones. There's no way I can know how to help them all, so I recommend they test their own system prior to first class. Zoom has a test room for the student to practice with. For displaying on the whiteboard, I use a simple document camera. It's an IPEVO VZR. It is USB ready. I know you can install hardware by yourself. I asked IT to install and set this up. Not only did it get it right the first time, but he also set up a client for me. Whatever a client is, I don't know, but it works right every time I click it. I suggest you get a non-glare writing surface. I have my whiteboard positioned so it does not glare the overhead light. Setting up a D2L practice course will save you many hours. The course does not shut down between semesters. Students may self-register. Once a person has a student number, they can access it. I use the Lockdown browser with webcam for exams. The practice course has a couple of student-friendly practice tests. Prior to the semester, I emailed the class list with an intro to the practice course. I set up a department YouTube channel to accompany the Zoom courses. The video you're watching was made to work with YouTube. If you make a document list of your YouTube videos, your students can click instead of type. It makes it easier for all of us. In this day of multiple devices having the capability to log in, you will want to realize you will be seeing various forms on your display. I am in the College of Business frame. Titan is my confidence monitor image. The bottom left is a Zoom image that the computer overlays over the PowerPoint slide being lectured. The bottom right is from my confidence monitor. This is the view the students get. Unmuted mics is another issue you will deal with. Most folks don't realize how loud their personal environment is. Sometimes you'll have to ask someone to mute. Sometimes you just smile at the distraction. For a few minutes of class one day, we got to meet a stay-at-home preschooler who walked into the room to visit her mom during class. All I thought was, it's so great. This mom can attend college while keeping her preschooler at home. My thank you list is rather long. This is actually a good thing. Everyone on this list listened and helped without reservation. It is really nice to be able to say that Central Carolina Technical College functions as a real team. Okay, so I hope today you got some takeaway material. I like to think that I'm helping folks invest in their skills, amplify their value, and increase the efficiency of their efforts.